Monica Petersen, who was a young woman who had gone to Haiti to investigate the child sex trafficking affiliation with the Clinton Foundation, was suicided. And this was a young woman who had every reason to live. She was doing something purposeful.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. Owen Shroyer filling in. Star-studded cast here today. Gary Heavin, David Knight, and Joe Biggs. And we were just discussing Haiti as we left the last segment. We'll rejoin that discussion now. More specifically, talk about something that was pretty much ignored by the mainstream media as far as I could tell. And you know how it goes. If the mainstream media doesn't touch it, it's just a conspiracy theory. But you brought up the name Monica Petersen, who actually, unfortunately, she was deceased because of what she was doing in Haiti.
Yeah, you know, after I'd done my Clinton rant, thanks to Joe here, and then Hillary lost, thank God, I thought, wow, you know, I may survive this. And I was in Haiti when it happened, a week after the election. Monica Petersen, who was a young woman who had gone to Haiti to investigate the child sex trafficking affiliation with the Clinton Foundation, was suicided. And this was a young woman who had every reason to live. She was doing something purposeful. And by the way, there's been no release of information about her death in the investigation to this day. And so a week after the election, people affiliated with the investigation of the Clintons gets suicided. I thought, well, maybe I need to keep my head up a little bit longer. And then, of course, we know that the Clinton Foundation had an affiliation with child sex trafficking in Haiti because of the Laura Silsby investigation. This was a woman who was in Haiti who got caught transporting children across the border into the Dominican Republic. And she was arrested and held. And Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin were sending emails back and forth about Laura Silsby. And an attorney that was affiliated with the Clinton Foundation was sent down there to secure her release. And of course, the Clintons are heavily involved in election fraud down there and getting their people elected. So they have a lot of influence. I met,
and this has been going on since the 90s too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's well, at least since Bush was in office, we've now seen yeah, you know, there's so much evidence of our influence, America's influence on the politics.
And the key thing too here, Gary, is the rich mineral resources of Haiti. People understand it's such a poor country. Why are they doing this? Well, it's a poor country because of their politics, but they have vast mineral resources.
That's right. You know, Hillary's brother got the first gold lease in the country. Got it for a nominal amount of money. And again, it's the
shocking
pay to play benefits of being associated with these people. You know, and not to change the subject, but there's so much evidence on pay to play, whether it's uranium or you name it out there. Why Trump doesn't understand that the best defense is a strong offense. He should be going after these people and filling up the news cycle.
Filling up the prisons.
And the prisons with these criminals that have aligned against him right now. And I don't see that he has a choice. And I tell you, chief among them is pedophilia. You know, what they all have in common, these elitists, is pedophilia. You know that the Justice Department under Trump has already prosecuted 1,500 people.
That's right.
For pedophilia.
Most arrests ever. I'm constantly documenting it. Yeah.
So I think that's the next big thing to happen. We're going to find out the people in power in this country. John Podesta and his email.
His weird brother.
Yeah, and you know the piece
weird art collection.
That's normal.
Yeah, Alfonte. If you look at his art collection, okay, and you know any reasonable person will look at that art and say this guy is sick. He's nuts. And I don't care what other evidence you need. You look at that and you need to ask some questions. And you know, the great thing about Alex and what I would encourage him to do more often is to point out that he's just asking the questions that ought to be asked. You know, he's not making his conclusions. You know, he has done thousands of stories, and I think he's apologized a dozen times. And, you know, when we sit here and we aren't reading a script, but we're thinking out loud and asking the questions that most Americans are too afraid to ask, by the way.
Right.
I'm not afraid. I have the courage. And as an American, I have the freedom and I think the responsibility to ask the questions. And I don't care if I'm going to get ridiculed or shamed or lied about. By God, I'm going to ask the questions. I'm an American. I'm not a subject. I'm a citizen. And that's what Alex has done. And I tell you what, if he's only apologized a dozen times after the thousands of stories he's done, I would say Alex has done a pretty good job, wouldn't you?
Well, and you just take a look at the history of the stuff that Alex Jones would talk about 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's all come true. It's all out there now. Samsung TV spying on you. Vault 7, the CIA spying on everything. The Clintons and Haiti. I mean, it just goes on and on. The WikiLeaks emails, putting kids in the pool for your pleasure. The 6 satanic rituals that Marina Abramovich goes on with these people with. We'll be right back with the Alex Jones Show on the other side.
What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com.